Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Musical Expressions again. I have another tutorial for you today, again about picking. This time we're going to be learning about economy picking. Let's jump into it. So economy picking differs from traditional down, up, or alternate picking, which we learned in our last video, in that there are 3 rules we have to follow. Number 1, if we're playing notes on one string, we can continue just doing a down, up, alternate picking motion, like so. Rule number 2 and 3 have to do with the direction of our picking when we change strings. So rule number 2 tells us that if we're going down toward the floor, toward a higher sounding string, we have to do a down pick because we're going down. Rule number 3 tells us that if we're going up toward a lower sounding string, toward the ceiling, we have to do an up pick because we're traveling up. So with those 3 rules together, we get something called economy picking. It's a very efficient and smooth style of picking that allows you to play a little bit faster on those tricky lines. Now, a good way to get used to doing these type of picking directions is just to pick either 2 notes per string or 3 notes per string and work on switching strings with those patterns. Now 2 notes per string is going to feel a lot like alternate picking, while 3 notes per string is going to feel different because you're going to get those 2 down strokes in a row. So down, up, down, and then we switch strings and begin with another down. So the pattern is down, up, down, down, up, down. And just like we talked about in our alternate picking video, you can also change between 2 and 3. So we go down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. The one biggest downfall for economy picking is that your sense of rhythm may be a little harder to control, because with alternate picking we have a steady clock down, up, down, up, down, up that we can follow along with. But because we might be doing 2 downstrokes in a row while we're doing economy picking, you'll have to be very aware of the rhythm and not go too fast or too slow on those similar direction strokes. So let's take a look at the exercise that we can practice with this. So we're going to start with the exercise that we finished off our last video with, the blues scale in open position. So there I was just down, up picking all the notes, but today we're going to try doing some economy picking. Now here's that scale again, just in case you forgot what it looks like, starting on a low E in open position. Now let's take a look at how we're going to pick that. So whenever there's 2 notes on the string, it's just going to be simply a down, up, and then we're going to change strings. So that feels pretty natural because it should feel like our alternate picking. Now the next string is going to have 3 notes. So we're going to go down, up, down, and switch strings to the 4th string with another down. So if we continue following the rule of doing a down pick every time we go down a string, it will look like this. Now if we do it backwards, it's going to be the same thing except backwards. Every time we come up a string, you have to do an up pick, which means there might be a couple of double up picks that you encounter. So there you go. There's a new way that you can practice your picking if the alternate picking wasn't for you, or you just want to explore a new style and a new feeling on the guitar. So I hope you learned something. Subscribe to our channel here and follow our Facebook page for any updates about lessons and camps that we have, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.